We're going to be joined in just a moment by Sean Flexitron Roden. Thank you once again for joining us here this week on MSTV. Of course, we talk about the Olympia with Sean. Is his window of opportunity closing? The guy got his pro card later in life. He's done really well on the stage, coming as close as second to Phil Heath in the Olympia just a few short years ago. So he's looking for big things coming into September, going on to the stage at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we will be there. So make sure you look us up there. And of course, I'm going to thank OldSchoolIron.com for being the title sponsor of our Olympia coverage. But also on this episode, our hosts of hosts are going to be bringing their specialties to the screen. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break with Sean Roden.
Old School Iron presents MSM's coverage of the Philly Fit Expo. Day one, we're here with Sean Flexitron Roden. What's up there, Sean?
Just taking it easy, man. It's great to be here in Philly, first Fit Expo, and just here to meet some fans.
How's everything going for you health-wise? How you feeling?
Feel great. Healthy as a horse. I'm ready to get back in the grind and start this Olympia prep.
I was about to say, next show is going to be the O. That's anything in between?
Nothing in between. Focusing on the family and just enjoying, time spent. Normally I'm on the road so much, that having a chance not just to relax and watch my daughter go and hang out with my fiance, soaking it up, because I know once prep start, it's all about me.
Oh, I hear you, definitely. Philly Fit Expo, the first time they're doing one of these in the East Coast. You're an East Coast guy, I'm an East Coast guy, so what do you feel about it?
It's first time here, so the expo just opened, so I'm still, seeing people trickle in, and, over the next couple of hours and the next day could only get better.
Absolutely, definitely. And where can the fans find you? Sean Flexitron Roden on Instagram, right?
Today I'm at booth 1223, but you can find me at Flexitron Roden Instagram, and Sean Flexitron Roden IBB Pro on Facebook.
Flexitron, we will see him on stage at the Olympia in sunny Las Vegas come September, and he is going to kick fucking ass right there.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I am absolutely honored and blessed to finally track down the man I could get a hold of God quicker. The one and only, the organizer, General Dogs about everything, Mr. Nick Orton. Nick, absolutely pleasure.
Right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to finally meet you. I've been at the 5% booth for years. We've actually never met, which is crazy.
I moved too fast for you. That's the thing.
Well, I think Aaron Lambo named Mental Hamster after you, because this man, guys, is absolutely everywhere. And for myself and all the viewers at Muscle Sports Media and Muscle Sports Magazine, we thank you very much for having us here for the first time. And it's the 10th anniversary, is that right?
It is, yeah, unbelievably.
It's gone
10
by.
years ago I had lots of hair, look at me now.
I know.
This is what it's done to me.
It's actually stress. But I've wanted to interview him. He's probably the most important person to me, because without him, this wouldn't happen. Am I not right? You can blow your side up all you want in this fucking show. I don't care, Nick. All right?
But it's a team effort.
Oh, yes, you have a lot of people. So, what has changed this year compared to the other years?
Do you know what? There's a lot of industry changes that have happened. Some companies have dropped out. We've got new companies coming in. I've seen lots of changes with the athletes. Logistically for the show, not a lot has changed really, apart from the fact that because it's our 10th anniversary, we've put this sort of hour spin of what a Vegas strip's like.
Okay, I'm glad he said that, because we were at the hour.
So our UK version.
A UK version is the clean version, because if it was really Vegas, we'd have pawn shops, hookers, booze, and gambling. We don't have that here, but the theme is Vegas style. Am I not right?
Yeah, and actually I think it's worked really well.
It has.
They're like 11 to 12 metre wide aisles. Now, the risk for an organiser is that when you put a big aisle in a show, when normally they're 4 metres, the bigger you go, of course, the more spread out it is, and you can risk a show looking much quieter. But as you'll witness today, that's not happened. So.
No, I was saying to Phil earlier, and believe me, Nick, we went to the Olympia, and guys, they'll back me up on it. The Olympia was empty.
Right.
And there was one reason why, but we'll get to that in a minute. You know why. All right. The Arnold wasn't as big. I mean, how many people are through the door? And be straight, about 100,000.
Yeah, it'll be about that. I don't know until we're about a couple of weeks, but it's roughly about that.
Yeah. And they start the day after last year. You start on the next one, don't you?
Well, actually, a lot further back than that. I mean, probably I started on the 2019 show 6 months ago.
Jesus Christ.
But there's a reason for that, Steve, and that is that this is the last time you'll see Body Power looking like this.
Yeah, when you put the message up on Instagram, we all thought, didn't we, guys? We all thought, like, fuck, it's not going to happen anymore. But the format's changing. It's not leaving.
Yeah, it's not. I was a bit naughty, really, wasn't I?
Yeah, he scared the living shit out of me.
Lots of people have said, have you sold it? Have you retired? Are you?
You're too young to retire, you handsome bugger. Welcome to my world.
But actually, it's just that when I started Body Power 10 years ago, there was nothing like this. There were no shows like this. Of course, we bring together all the power sports that never mixed a decade ago.
No, and I love that. I mentioned Phil, but that's my favorite. As a semi-pro bodybuilder now, a pro bodybuilder before, bodybuilding to watch for me is boring. It's for me. Nice. For the spectators, that is fine, unless I'm competing. Because last year I competed and Richard was over the moon. But to watch the power sports, to watch the strongman sports, for me is look. I stutter. I absolutely love.
So we did that 10 years ago, and the show's developed, and it is what it is now. Yeah. There were no shows like it before. Now there are other shows that are sort of getting there. Yeah. So now my challenge, because I like to innovate and do things differently, so now what I want to do is I want to do the next generation of shows.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm completely changing it, and the best way to describe what you'll see next year is if my vision comes off, that is.
It will. It always does.
It's a cross between like a theme park and an upmarket shopping mall is the best way to put it.
That'd be cool.
So something completely different.
You'll still have all the power sports, bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, all those.
Okay,
aspects
that's what
will come together.
yeah.
But it's going to be formatted very differently.
Yeah, well, the format, as long as we still have like all the power sports and all the bodybuilding and the really hot women, of course, the muscle sports, I'm not into all that, but I'm a happily married man.
Yes, no comment.
I love you, darling.
Well, we will have all of those, of course, but I want to, my role, I believe, is to try and expand the market as much as possible.
Oh, of course.
My customers, the exhibitors and the sponsors, need new customers, and so my role is to try and expand that market, bring new customers to our customers, and so in order to do that,
you know what, that makes sense.
we have to look at how the market's changing and target those areas, and so our core's absolutely critical. We're never going to leave the core, but we want to encourage as many new people to join those sports, and so
do you think as well? Do you think hardcore bodybuilding is dead?
No,
in your
not
opinion?
at all. No, not at all. In fact, it's alive and well.
Yeah.
But it's changing. Lots of things. There's all the federation changes.
Yeah.
The infighting, the politics. They've been going on for a decade. They'll continue for another decade.
Believe me, we know all about the fucking politics and bullshit and that, don't we? I'm just talking about. You don't have to comment.
Yeah. I can comment if you want, but I mean,
I would love them to comment. It's a crock of shit.
Well, you know what? I try and keep clear of it, but I get dragged into it.
Of course you do. Yeah.
I'm an independent organizer.
Yeah.
So you will see here we have 4 different bodybuilding shows going on here, which I think is fantastic.
It's brilliant.
Such a great variety of competitions for people.
Yeah.
We have our own model search. We have Fit Factor. We've got a WABA competition. We've got 2 PCA competitions. We've got UK UP.
I like the UK UP.
They're doing a great job.
They're doing a great job. Last year for me, and I'll be straight with you, I thought the PCA, I thought there was so many competitors. It was just quarter turn, and it's even happening now in the pros with Haida. You know Haida, don't you?
Yeah.
Haida. The problem is he should have placed top 3, and I'm telling you, there's so many competitors on stage now, right? They can only do one quarter turn. Next.
Yeah.
That's becoming a problem.
And the dilemma there for a promoter, not so much me, but the federations, is they've got to make money.
Of course they do.
So there's this very difficult decision that a promoter has to make. Where do you actually stop taking competitors?
Yeah.
And it is money at the end of the day that means that sometimes too many competitors are taken.
Yeah.
So you only have so many hours in a day to do a show.
Yes, sir.
So if you've got 1,000 competitors, that is going to happen.
Yeah,
you need to make sure that you're not too greedy. You actually cap it so that the competitors work so hard and spend a lot of money getting to the stage.
Yeah.
Actually gets their time on stage.
I think they need that, definitely. I want to talk about one thing, please. All right, I haven't mentioned. I'm missing. Hang on. We're missing one person here, aren't we?
Well, we're missing a few people.
Yeah, but we're missing. I'm referring to Rich.
Oh yeah.
All right. Who is sadly missed. Very good friend of mine. I still feel him here, guys. Ask these guys. It was really weird. It's been really weird. Even I called Chanel last night and said, "Oh my God, this has happened. This has happened. This has happened." So, one positive thing. What's your fondest memory of him, you personally?
I was a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
And the reason that I liked him so much is his work ethic. Actually.
Yeah. And I think he taught a lot of people that as well.
Yeah, because he had a lot of people who didn't like him.
Yeah.
But we fed off that, and he was amazing on dealing with that. But he's probably one of the, if not the hardest working person that has ever been to the show. And he would stand there until the last person had gone. It doesn't matter what time it was.
What time you guys used to kick us out at?
Yeah, that's the thing. That sort of work ethic's amazing. I used to say to him, "Come to the green and get some food." "No, man, I'm gonna carry on with the queue." Like, wow. amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so I really put a lot of him from that point of view, and he's very sadly missed.
He is very, very sadly missed. Now, you did a memorial thing in the
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
in the magazine.
Yeah.
I'll go and check that out. I'll show the viewers that as well. Mr. Nick Orton, look, give him a round of applause, Chris. Come on, guys. Honestly, I'm not kissing your ass, bro, but what
I
a
don't need a round of applause.
right. Absolute pleasure, brother. I'm gonna know. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. We do bro hugs on Muscle Sports TV and Muscle Sports Magazine. Have a great day, guys. On 3, peace. 1, 2, 3, peace.
Big Frank Budaleski, IML. Hang on to your fucking hats. Big Frank Budaleski. The chains are off.
What's your name, fat body?
Mr. Dookie. I saw some lies. Like Christian said, right, Greg's got a huge problem with you. He really doesn't like you.
Retard alert!
Jealous. All right, well, that's fucking weird. He bashed you because, you know, you were a WBFF pro. We don't do anything non-NPC.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Doesn't make sense to me.
It's
You know
a
what I mean?
conflict
So,
of interest, Frank. If your marketing director is only marketing to one fucking demo.
It was very strange to me. Fans, you tell me I can't go support them because they're in another organization? It was very strange to me.
Do a handstand, you have to tell your brain to understand the movement from your whole body through your hands. So step one is understanding, correlating the difference between making your hands now your feet. So just like your feet, you have toes, you have fingers. So when you put your hands on the ground, your hands are now your feet. Boom. So when you stand and you go forward, your toes prevent you from going forward. When your hands are on the ground, your fingers prevent you from going forward. If your fingers are flat, now you can't squeeze the ground. Put your hand flat and try to squeeze. You can't, right? Once you put a little space under your hand, now you can squeeze. Look all the finger squeeze I have. So step one is when you understand the squeeze. Hand placement is important. After hand placement, it's squeezing. So don't just put your hand here and not squeeze. No. Your hand goes down. Now when you go into a handstand, you squeeze your fingers. I'm squeezing my fingers, no other muscles. That comes from my fingers. I'm squeezing my fingers. Fingers, right? So squeeze your fingers. First of all, look, there's a dent. There's a dent in the turf from my fingers, right? Squeeze your fingers. So, same thing, your heels. When you go backwards, your heels prevent you from going backwards. Same thing with your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, this is my correlation on handstands. You're not going to hear it done any other way like this because this is mine. It's my concept. It's not in any books. It's not anywhere else. This is my way to correlate. My words verbatim. Ain't no copyright shit, ain't no Google shit. This is my shit. Welcome. And I'm going to sell this for millions and millions of dollars. So you're lucky you're in my life, dude. Just like your heels. So when you're in a handstand, your heels prevent you from going backwards. A little space underneath, using your fingers, using your heels. Step one. Step two is understanding that you have to have the strength. You have to be strong enough to do an independent handstand. If not, you need the hand position on a wall. Now, wall position is completely different. Wall position, you do not... Okay, we're going for wall position. We're going for wall position. That's it. You guys need to see. You guys need to see. It's not about this saying shit. You guys need to see it. All right, boom. Here goes a wall. Let me show you. The problem when you go with your feet against the wall, you have a banana back, right? Look. I want to show you how raw I am, guys. I'm doing a handstand. I don't give a fuck. Hands in the rocks. Y'all want to cry and shit. Look, so you're not going to do this. Because this creates the arch. Hollow back. That's not what we want. So when you start into it, if you can't get in or not, you're going to rotate backwards. So even if you have to kick against it, some people are not that athletic. I'm athletic enough to do this. Some people are not. So you would start here, and you would walk backwards. Right? Straight being all the way. All the way against the wall being straight. This is how you practice your one arm. You go from here, and then you lean here. You don't do this random ass shit like this. You don't want your body canting over. One arm is a whole different thing. So let's just say that you have the strength. Let's say you have that strength and you don't need the wall. Right? Let's say you have the strength. Step two, the way I want you to train. I'm still out here sweating for y'all. I just want you to know. Step two, what I want you to understand is I want you to tie your knees together. I just want you to know you're seeing this all around the world now, but I promise you right now, 5 years ago, I was the motherfucker doing this. Because it's unorthodox, These bands are not made to tie like this, and personal trainers ain't shit. So I'm not hearing that bullshit. Tie your knees together or your feet. Now when you handstand, there's no separating. If you see most people when they handstand, they do this. Well, they did a handstand with their hips, not their shoulders. There's a difference. Tie your shit together, you'll see a difference. Now, back to the correlation. The handstand. What is a handstand press? It comes from a lot of your shoulder. A lot of it's the tricep. When you just saw me bang off 27 ring push-ups, the first 15 of those were tricep, not chest. The first 15 of those were tricep, not chest. So you guys have to understand muscle activation after you get the placement. The way you understand the strength is this. Do you work your shoulders enough as much as you work your hips when you walk every single day? Imagine all the walking every single day. What I want one day is do this. Every time you take a step, I want you to count it. Count the steps. Get a step counter, count it for one day. Get home at the end of that night, stick your arms in the air like this, and do the exact same counts. However many. You did 5,000 steps, I want you to do 5,000 back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want 5,000. I want you to imagine this. So when you bitch, moan, and complain about you cannot do handstands, it's because your body is not trained with the consistency like your legs are walking. You need to, imagine that. My shoulders are as strong as my hips are.
And I'd like to thank Sean Flexitron Roden for joining us once again right here on MSTV. And we will see you guys in one short week. Make sure you follow us on all our social media pages, especially this here YouTube channel, Muscle Sport TV. Subscribe for free daily quality content.